Yeah.
Started the game. That must have been 10 seconds or so before the opening score. So
England will have got a shock there. Let's see what they can do in response, Liam.
looking to set up some quick play. Goes for the diving attempt.
Touch given.
Just coming up a little shy there. I tell you what, China look fast out there.
Certainly do. They seem to have a lot of agility, that's for sure. Touch is actually quite big in certain Asian countries, Liam. Singapore, for example, it would be the top sport. Philippines would be quite good. Japan would be very strong as well. They'd probably be, after Australia and New Zealand, they would probably be the third strongest touch nation, for example, and there's a couple of more as well. So this is one sport where Europe is not the powerhouse at all.
And England trying to get a foothold in this game and use that box, as we see Finlay Probin attacking upfield, and China up fast and together in a line, looking to find a gap, but can't thread the needle this time.
Yeah, I thought England were about to set up a 32 there, but the guy decided that he wanted to try and run around the defence, but wasn't successful. Now they've set up a quickie.
And there's the gap for England.
Good score by England.
Moving the defence around, and eventually the hole opens up, and Joseph Banahan capitalises and gets the first goal of the game for England.
Yeah, nice score by England there. They tried a quickie on the left mid. Didn't work, but the guy, good heads up play by his teammate who passed to Joseph, who got around the defender to score. Joseph clearly is a guy who likes to take on defenders, so
Yang now with the ball, and looks like
another fine score by China there. Caught the England defence unaware. Number 7 again, getting outside the link to score.
Yeah, Yang Kao carving up the defence like a Christmas turkey, and seems to glide past defenders like they're not there. Yeah. And England are going to have to come up with a solution with that now.
I think neither of the England defenders knew who was meant to be making the touch, so they got kind of caught between two stools, and China were able to take advantage there very well, so full credit to them.
And a brilliant start to this game. This is mixed 15s, and it's I think quite a high level on display here from both sides.
Yeah, it's a very interesting division, Liam. You know, you have a lot of these players would be very new to the game, obviously, even though playing at international level. So, and you get different sizes and everything. You would get some guys who would be nearly 6 foot tall, and some young fellas who would be very small altogether. So it's a real kind of interesting division, put it that way. There would be a lot more kind of free play, maybe. It would be a lot less structured than the under-18s divisions, as we've seen so far. Both the Chinese tries, they didn't even set up their attack on the 7 like teams usually do. They just attacked and scored. So,
and Yang just threw it into the referee there. I don't know if you spotted that.
Yeah.
Resulted in a turnover, and England rounding the corner here, walking a tightrope. I think there might have been out of bounds discussion here with the referee on the sideline. Definitely very
yeah, it looked like the England player may have stepped into touch, but it looks like the referees are calling it an England ball.
I think maybe touch occurred before that, so
yeah.
England retain possession, look to go coast to coast here.
Well, England would have been shell-shocked by China's 2 scores there, but let's see what they can do here. 32 setup, ball down, and the referee's given the try. Obviously felt the Chinese players didn't make it back on side, so 2-2.
Finlay Probin with the layout score, and well set up.
Yeah, just unlike the previous few tries, that was a very structured move. They set up on the 7-meter line. They tried a 32, and the strike player dived low and scored a good try. Let's see if China can hit back.
And play with a lot of finesse and intent, this Chinese side. Definitely not.
Yeah, and I think their slightly unpredictable nature is catching England out so far anyway.
Another wild throw to the sideline. Can't come down with that one. She did it last time, in fairness to her ma, but asking a lot of her there.
Yeah, it wasn't a great pass, in fairness. A bit of a hospital pass, to be fair. England have a chance now to get to the box and get fresh players on.
And China happy to burst out of the line, sending 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, good defence by China, though. They're not letting England get easy yards.
You can definitely see the contrasting style from the sides.
Yeah, England quite a structured team. China
fast and loose.
Yeah, they're a bit more. There is obviously more structure than it probably seems to them, but certainly on their attack, they've got 2 tries where it was just pure heads-up play. Here's an opportunity again. So that's the referee has signalled that it's the 5th touch. So this is the last touch for China. So they've got to do something special. England win it back.
And England looking to attack this box side.
Yeah, good drive by the England middle.
Nice sidestep there to gain a few yards, and she comes off the field to allow her teammates attack upfield. Chambers with the ball now, showing off some fancy footwork. And
England looking to set up a 32 again.
Trying to
see
draw
what they
out
can
that
do.
China side.
Chinese defense was solid that time. They made the touch.
Let's see what set play England have now. And there's
yeah,
the
China held firm there. Well done to them. You can see they're not quite as quick on the turnover as England are. Well, look at that.
That's Ewan again, or Yang, I should say, who's been fantastic for China.
He was crucial in the 2 tries. He scored one of them, set up the other, so it looks like a really good player.
And as a defensive unit, is that something you have to target and go, look, when Yang has it, we have to commit 1 or 2 defenders? Is that something you'd be doing as a coach, to recognise a strong player on the opposition?
It's probably rare that you would target individual players, but just in general, you would probably, for a player like him who has such good agility and is so unpredictable, one defender on their own is not going to be able to defend against him effectively. People need to work together, because we all, if you play touch, anybody, even the most agile person in the world, can get stepped. So you need your teammates to step up then and help you out if you get beaten. So yeah, very much a collective thing.
Touch is called for the reaching grab. Knocking on the doorstep now. China.
A good opportunity for China here.
Looking to run the overlap. They got 3 against 2, but great defense from the England wing to step up and seal it there.
Yeah, China looked a bit hesitant there, and the England defense was solid. It was in position. Didn't look like China were going to score off that. So it looks like it's a turnover. It's the 5th touch, actually, excuse me. So China have 1 more chance to score, but they only have 1 touch, so they can't set up anything.
Let's see what they do here.
Yeah.
And
so they just conceded it. Sometimes, Liam, in a situation like that, when it's the fifth touch and there's probably nothing on, teams will actually just try to kill it on the far side of the pitch away from the opposition's box, just to make it as hard for them as possible to get to the box. They will generally drop back, get into position and try and shoot up hard and shut them down, rather than trying to score. So that's another aspect of the game. The whole area around turnovers, whichever team basically reacts quicker, either in attack and defence, is going to get the advantage. So that's a huge area of the game as well.
So England going to that box side now.
That was actually an illegal touch there by England, but they got away with it. You have to plant the ball between your legs rather than at the side, so I guess the referees can't see everything.
I think they've been a little bit looser in the 15s division, I think, with the rules. They've let some stuff slide and try to let the game flow. Yeah. And there's some blistering pace to go around the corner.
Great score.
Brilliant score for England. I think that was Quinton Tyrer, was it?
Joseph Banahan again, I think.
It was Joseph, yeah.
That's Joseph's second score. He can score off a quickie, which he did, and he scored there off. He just literally ran around the edge of this Chinese defence to score in the corner. So great score. So England have proved they can play a bit of heads up too.
Handling error for China, costly. And you know, really trying to bolt it out of the gates at the start of this game, but I feel like England are taking a bit more control of it now.
Yeah, probably to be expected. You know, England, they're always very strong in any division. If you go ahead against them, they generally don't panic. They keep their structures and keep their systems, and they just keep banging away, and they can get back into games quite well. Here's a good opportunity. Good score by England.
Brilliant from
Tommy Batchelor.
Yeah, Tommy Batchelor stood up the wing defender. It was 2-on-1, and the wing couldn't commit to either player, and is able to walk it in the end.
Yeah, just a simple quickie there, and he was able to get outside the link, who didn't really corner or protect the space well enough to stop the score. So 4-2 to England now, I believe it is, Liam. Is that?
Yeah, I'll check the score there, but I believe you're right. And momentum with the English side now, and China maybe not moving as quickly as they were.
Yeah, maybe running out of some ideas there. That was a cheap enough turnover there straight off the kickoff. They've given away possession, so it's unfortunate.
I think you'd argue as well, maybe a deeper squad here, this English side. We've seen kind of one or two flashes of inspiration from the Chinese team, but maybe not as deep, and just England able to use their whole roster and kind of run down this China side as the first half continues.
I'm just looking at the bench, the Chinese substitutes box there. So they've got 7 players, I think. England would always have a full 14 on the pitch. You can have up to 14 players in a match day squad. That's the maximum though. So generally what teams would do is they would have 6 players for the middle, so there would be 3 players rotating in each position. Links and wings, then probably 2 players, just to keep everyone fresh. So
England knocking.
Here's
on the
a sweep coming
now.
From England.
Here it is now. Players over on the far side.
Oh, that was a very good sweep by England. Good pass, but the winger just couldn't hold it, unfortunately.
Right idea, just couldn't execute it in the final pass. But as you said, doing that sweep and kind of creating that 4 versus 3 overload.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what it's designed to do, Liam. It's to create a 3-on-2 overlap, and either the player who's coming around to take the pass off the ruck scores, or they can pick a pass out to a link or wing. Here's an opportunity for China.
Wow, just fancy fork again for you, and just going
that's
full
our man Ewan again. He's certainly player of the game for China so far. And that's a great score by China.
Tiptoeing up the line is
Zhang Yuhan.
Sorry, no, that is Jiaming Li, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, it is Yang, number 7, Yang Kao, who's been a standout player, has to be said. Went kind of full matrix mode there to avoid the touch.
A great score there by China. They kind of spotted a gap on the wing and just burned the winger on the outside there. You see a lot of that in probably at this level, where you have younger players who are not as who haven't been as used to structured play. They tend to maybe notice opportunities that you would, at the higher levels, maybe players don't attempt that, because if you don't get it, it looks bad, you know. Good score by England there.
Gabriel Martin punching it in for England.
Yeah, 5-3 to England now. It's quite a good, still a good tight game actually. And now here's an opportunity for China maybe to hit back.
And you're seeing Yang playing a lot of, let's say, offensive possessions. That's something you see in touch, where you kind of players who favour offense and defense if you're coming onto the field.
It can be. Yeah, if you have certain players who are really outstanding in attack, they would often only play in attack. They save their energy for attack because it's better for the team, you know. And maybe they would have a buddy player who they rotate with, who then only comes on and defends. So
yeah, possibly a situation with Yang. Great speed on display, running out of space. There's the touch eventually, and just comes off the field after a job well done.
Yep.
From Gabriel Martin again. Something touch players love to do, attack that box side and just use all their energy and just jog straight off and take a breather.
Yeah, the goal there, Liam, is that the players coming off literally sprint as hard as they can towards the box, so they get off as quickly as possible and they generate momentum. Good score by England again there.
The Chinese side.
Is that our friend Joseph Banahan again?
Number 16 is Joseph Banahan. Yeah,
that's a hat trick for Banahan now.
I think it's just good team offense as well from England. Everyone getting involved. It's really making the defense work for China, and they've starting to see some holes in their defensive line, which looked kind of strong at the start of the game. They were holding together, but as time goes on, you get a little tired, gaps creep in.
Yeah, and we'll see how China last in the second half. You'd kind of expect that England would get stronger as the game goes on, but we'll see.
China have numbers over on this far side, but
good touch by the England winger there. She anticipated it well and got up and made the touch before the Chinese link could get the pass away to her winger.
Not sure what the call was there. Was it offside or?
I don't think there was any penalty given or that. It's just a touch. Here's our friend number 7. It's ball to ground. Good attack by China there. They tried a quickie, but unfortunately couldn't control the ball at the end to score. Okay, let's see what England can do here.
Anithia was talking a lot about that latch play off the sideline, kind of coming in hot.
Yeah, that's where you're trying to create a 4-on-3 after, so the player coming on in the link position is looking to actually get the opposition middle to come over and make the touch, and then when the ball goes out after that touch, there's 4 players versus 3. So in theory, that's a strong platform to attack and get a score off.
China now with a good platform to set up their attack as we hear the halftime hooter, and that'll be all for the first half. A great first half of touch from both sides. China came out all guns blazing, but England kind of taking control in the later stages of the first half. We'll take a quick break here, Dennis, and get a breather, but we'll be back with some second half action in just a moment's time.
Very entertaining first half. Well done to both teams. and continued the momentum.
You can see something a lot of English sides are very good at is putting their hand out, taking that touch and placing the ball down on their own accord to
certainly, yeah. It's
keep that flow going.
It's a big thing in touch. You learn it pretty quickly if you keep trying to beat people constantly, especially far out the field. You're going to end up killing your team's momentum a lot of the time because you just get touched and it just grinds to a halt.
So, no score so far in the second half. And China like to use their subs here, but keeping the wing out there on the near side, keeping the width of the field.
Bit of a rough touch there by the England 13, but he gets away with it.
With a stray red hat on the field.
Yeah, not sure whether that's China or England.
It was China, I saw it came off. He held on to the ball but lost his hat earlier on.
Good refereeing today, actually. That referee there, Paddy O'Sullivan, he's an Irish referee and a teammate of mine as well. Very good referee. Even though he did sin bin me one time years ago, but I've forgiven him for it, you know. He was probably right.
One so far. Could happen again, Dennis.
Yeah.
What were you sin bin for?
I can't remember, to be perfectly honest. This is about 8 or 9 years ago, but...
happens so often, is it?
No, it's in fairness, it hasn't happened to me that often. I got sin binned last week in a training match for accusing another player of play acting. So the referee probably quite rightly sent me to the bin, you know.
Well, we're glad to have you in the commentary booth and on the sin bin today.
Yeah.
And looks like that's going to be...
And that's a great score by China.
Yeah.
Brings it back to 5-4. So this is a really tight game with China. I remember seeing them play in the Atlantic Cup 2 years ago in Nottingham, and they had some nice players, but they clearly just hadn't much experience of touch at all. But this Chinese team looks a lot better, and they're really taking it to England here.
I have it on 6-4 as our scoreboard here on the live stream.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
I thought it was 5-4 now, but they could be right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, blistering
now
pace.
it's certainly 6-4.
Yeah. And that is
great score by England there.
Don't know if he was kicking it back there, going for an old Gary Owen celebration.
Yeah.
I was told if the kicks return to the halfway line, but it tends to be more of a celebratory kick.
Yeah, the number 12 for England, it is Gabriel Martin, so he's obviously delighted with that score, and so he should be. Let's see if China can hit back quickly.
Yeah, it's 7-4 on our scoreboard. I'm not fully sure of that, but certainly England in the lead anyway.
Yeah. England, they're taking a leaf out of the Chinese book and just attacking in the link channel, and they've got a few scores like that, as China have.
See, the red hat is back on the head now anyway.
Yep. Here's a sweep coming up from China.
And they reverse it. Oh, and a fumble.
Ball to ground. But they've won a penalty for offside. Well done.
Let's see what they can draw up from the playbook.
Yeah, we haven't seen much structured play from them so far. That was interesting there. They tried the sweep, but didn't work out, but they did win a penalty. That's very unfortunate for China there, because they were about to score, and unfortunately the middle dropped the ball just in the act of scoring. But
couldn't get the grounding right, but it was a brilliant play that
certainly
brought the
was.
defence out and attack quickly.
Good driving by England here. They've got up to the halfway line on the third touch. I was just about to say the Chinese link defender made a great touch there, but I think she was penalised for offside.
Yeah, not retreating far enough to begin with. Again, England now plenty of time to set up this attack, drive through the middle.
Let's see what England try here. Okay, it looks like a 33 peel.
Some fancy forward to space out wide. Two players there.
Lovely score.
Some flamboyant touch on display here from the England side.
Yeah, beautiful score there by England. Out the back of the Joseph Banahan again, a pass out the back of the hand, sucked it, waited till the defender had come right to him, and then flicked it out to the link who scored.
Yeah, Arabella Stewart.
Lovely score by England.
Putting the icing on the cake there, but really great team possession there. And there's our man
China determined
Yang.
to hit back though.
Yeah, very capable of scoring this China side, but at times the defense let him down. Yang on the shoulder now.
Good chance for China here. Oh, half caught.
So working it up from their own 7-meter line. Some good flow.
Good charging by England here.
Yeah, and they're so good at just getting those subs in, and as you said, the first 2 or 3 touches getting into the opposition half, fresh legs on, and then set up their offensive plays.
Yeah, it's strange there. They seem to stop when they had momentum, Liam. Oh, here we go again.
Whoa.
Good shutdown by the Chinese winger there. She came in on the England link and made the touch before she could get the ball away.
So is this the first iteration of the mixed 15s?
No, it's been there's been a mixed 15s. Well, I think the first junior Euros, European Championships, were in 2014, and I think there was a mixed. Actually, maybe there wasn't a mixed 15s at that. It is a more recent grade. All right, it's certainly been there for at least 10 years, probably. The last competition, the Atlantic Cup in Nottingham, would have had a mixed 15s, and the last few Euros have as well. I'm not actually sure when it started. It's another try from Gabriel Martin there.
You can see China started off well, but kind of starting to run out of steam just a little bit. So their players getting some water on the sideline. I think that's Ma, and I feel like they're running tighter lines here and having to stay out a bit more. The defense starting to creak a tiny bit.
Yeah, and England, Gabriel Martin has got 2 tries now, I think. He's coming more into the game as well, so England probably showing that they've got more threats in attack than China.
Let's see what China can do.
There's a chance for China here. Okay, 6 touch.
Good defense in the end from England.
Yeah, England shut that down really well. I mean, the Chinese momentum stalled, and England just shot up repeatedly to use up their touch count.
Some dangerous lines.
Good play by the England winger there. She just about managed to stay in field.
Yeah.
Well done. It's number 2, Zara Allen. Yeah,
walking the tightrope, as I like to call it, and just in on her
32 by England here. Good defense by China. A penalty for offside for England. I think England would be certainly looking to put another nail in the Chinese coffin here and hopefully take a big step towards winning the game.
Yeah, China still within touching distance.
Here's a chance.
Here.
Great score. Great play by England there. Number 15 for England, Quinton Tyrer, put over number 11, Anuska Dyson. Great play by Quinton. He sucked in the link and passed it out to Anuska, who waltzed in for an easy try. Well done, England.
Yeah, they've been finding space and joy in between those link and wing players for China, and just kind of standing up the link, and just too much space between those two defenders.
Link it's a very difficult position to defend in because do you stay out and protect your channel, or do you stay closer to middle and support the middle? Sometimes players can get that wrong, and that's why you see tries like we did there. Oh dear, there was a good opportunity for China there. Nice pass out to the winger who was completely unmarked, but unfortunately just couldn't gather it and score.
Yeah, that big lob pass to Ma on the sideline was asking a lot of her again.
But good setup play by China all the same. They created a clear opportunity, which is always good. And here's Joseph Banahan once again.
Breaking the line.
Getting right through. England generated great momentum there, and it allowed one of their fast players, Joseph Banahan, to go right through the middle and score. So I think the score is 9-4 to England now. So England well ahead at this stage and looking on their way to win the game.
We have 11-4 on our scoreboard, but yeah, certainly in
okay,
a commanding
11-4.
lead.
Excuse me.
I'm not sure exactly if our score which one's right, but I do know that England are in a dominant position now in the second half, and China can be proud of their performance against a very strong England side so far, but perhaps outmatched a bit in terms of depth of squad and maybe in
definitely. I mean, England have huge resources behind them. They've got, I think it's Antti and Newton is here beside. Would it be right, Antti, to say England have about 30,000 registered touch players? Would that be correct? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that shows you the type of pool of players that they have, and they always have very well resourced national teams as well. Okay, China. Good chance for China to attack here.
Knocking on the doorstep now.
Yeah. Okay, here we go again. They've done a quickie move. Ooh, unfortunate. Two good setups there by China, but unfortunately the finish just wasn't. Was a bit lacking there. But they've won back possession.
I've been impressed by England's defense when they have to retreat. They do so fast and together as a team.
Yeah.
Makes it hard to get those speedy plays. China playing with essentially three right now as their teammates are slow to come help. Yeah, England, the two England teams that we've watched in the last two games seem very well drilled defensively. What the Chinese scores actually came from kind of free heads-up play rather than structured play. So that kind of shows you anything China can do structured-wise, England are actually well capable of dealing with it. You can see England are down to 5 players here. One of their players in the bin, and China have taken advantage. Or have they? No, it's a turnover. Forward pass by China. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it looked like a good shot to the wing. They've struggled to execute that pass, particularly hitting the wings.
Yeah. Just that one was unfortunate. It was gathered and touched down by the winger, but unfortunately the ref called a forward pass.
So England marching forward again.
England back to full strength now with 6 players.
Oh, slip of the foot there. I think that was caused by the Chinese player. I think he just lost his footing there.
Yeah, it looked accidental. Right, but the England player is down. Hopefully he's okay.
You do worry about those injuries where you go down without significant contact. Often they can be the worst ones. So
for sure,
we're hopeful that
that's how most ACLs happen, for example.
So we're hopeful that English player is going to be okay, but
I didn't catch his number there.
No, I can't see there, but he's lying on his back. Two things I'm going to request for touch rugby in the future. One is numbers on the front of the jerseys, which you see a lot of sports do. Second request is going to be scoreboards on the sidelines.
Yeah, a lot of tournaments would have scoreboards. We don't have any here today, unfortunately. The
I've
England
some in a
players,
shed down the road if you want. I can rent them to you.
maybe we could do a deal after that.
Well, it's definitely racking up the scores here is England, and happy to see him come off the field of his own accord. I believe that was Eddie McMullen.
Number 13, Eddie McMullen.
He's looking a little better now. We're worried there, taking off his boot, possibly an ankle injury.
It could have been just a simple case of someone stepping on your foot. It happens a lot in touch. It can be quite painful, but no long-term damage. And here's Gabriel Martin again, streaking clear, and he scored in the corner.
Martin showing his worth here in this pool stage game. It does well to round the corner when he has a clean track in front of him. No one's going to catch him.
He's been one of the stars for England today. He seems to have come into his own in the second half as well. Himself and Joseph Bannahan have been probably very impressive for England.
And standing on someone's foot, that doesn't count as a touch, does it? Or
well, if you were claiming as a touch, it would probably be a penalty.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone try and execute a touch with their feet. I think it's frowned upon, I imagine, in the sport.
Yeah, it does happen though sometimes that you step on someone's foot. There's actually a rule in touch that you cannot wear metal studs. You can only wear mouldies, and that's one of the reasons why, because obviously metal studs would do a lot more damage than mouldies.
So China keep fighting on. This game has gotten away from them at this stage, but you're going up against the best here in this English side, and it's great to be testing your moves, testing your skills, and you become a better team when you play the best.
Absolutely, yeah, and I'm certainly looking forward to watching China again, maybe against some of the other teams in the competition to see how they fare. They've shown a lot here today, to their credit, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get a few wins in the competition yet.
That was the sixth touch, so
England will just go towards the box here and get fresh players on.
Good recycling of possession, and
yeah, the aim for them, they're well ahead at this stage, Liam, so they're just going to, the aim would be to complete the set of six, and
that's the big thing at this stage, and don't give up any easy possession.
Yeah, if they can score a try, great, but the main thing is to complete the set and make it as difficult as possible for China to get up the field.
Oh, and a dangerous crossfield pass. So it's difficult to execute that one, just a little too much mustard on it.
Yeah, we haven't seen very many scoops at all in this game, but number 15 there for England, Quinton Tyler, went through into the end zone. He threw, the pass was actually too long, unfortunately. Usually you see the passes that are not long enough, but that was over the head of his winger, unfortunately. So it would have been a nice score if they'd got it. .32 move from England here. Good touch by the Chinese player.
And the sun's come out here in Limerick. Sunny Limerick, as it's known.
Yeah, the weather has been somewhat unpredictable. It's been cloudy, but the sun surprised us now and come out. Here's a chance for England to score on the buzzer. Is the referee going to award it? Okay, the Chinese players claim the touch. The try is not given. Game over.
Great performance from the side. They don't get the buzzer beater, but I don't think it's going to bother them too much.
Yeah.
China showed they have some skills, and it came out of the gates, hot and looked like a good side, but just England too much for them in the end.
Yeah, I think their number 7, Yang Kao, was very impressive in the first half. He kind of faded a bit then in the second half as England became more dominant, but certainly, like I said, China looked like quite a useful team, and they'll be worth watching for the rest of the tournament. England, of course, very good performance by them. China hurt them at the start, but they regained their composure, just implemented their systems, showed some good heads-up play as well, and they won the game comfortably in the end, so full credit to England.
Congratulations to